Good morning and welcome to the Be the Light Meditations. I'm Jan Jorgensen at Sound and Light Healing Arts. Now, we've been doing these meditations, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. And every time I say be the light, the question is, when? Come on. We've been sticking to the program. We've been committed. We've been doing our best, showing up. And we just feel like we're making some progress, slogging through, but in many ways, the world is becoming less light, and we live in the world. So we're trying to be present, but not match what's happening, and allow things to work to support and resource us and be in relationships when all the intentionality, and intention is everything, that is leading the dissolving world is pretty bonkers. And so here we are, and we're often just going on faith. And faith doesn't pay the bills. I noticed I got a little note this morning. Oh, could you pay this bill? And the bill is so tiny, a person needed help to pay rent this month. And I'm like, whoa. So let's just take a deep breath and reflect on the staggering situation of things aren't safe. They're not the same in Kansas anymore. And that's the place where people just kind of hung their hat. I mean, the Midwest is so cute. It's like, oh yeah, you just live your life there. You put your hat on when it's cold, go to church. We are living such an out of the box, hard to imagine interdimensional life right now. You have 1 foot, one whole half of your body in the imaginal realm you can't even see, but you feel it and you believe it because you know that's trajectory, and you know it's your birth contract to bring in something new. But I myself say, every day I say, what percent is my environment, are my thoughts, my communications with people, relationships, reflecting the new world? And we have to ask ourselves that. Or are we being drawn in? And it's like a spiral. It's like a golden spiral. We have a thought, we have an issue, an anger, and that spiral takes us right down into the old paradigm. Versus, okay, now I'm going to do meditation with Jan. I'm going to be the light. Here we go. Up. Hold it until the next thought. I had a friend one time that said, you know what enlightenment is, being the light? It's just choosing that thought of light, going on the other side of the wall of fear and negativity. Choosing that one thought, but then choosing it again and choosing it again. Otherwise, it's like you're putting on a pearl necklace with one pearl, one thought, and of course it's not going to hold. You have to have another thought, another thought. You have to string it together with intention. Intention. So I actually was entertaining the thought this morning. I was in the kitchen and I said, you know, lately I felt happier. I felt lighter. And I was trying to think, there's some doors opening of lighter, brighter things than what I've experienced for COVID, moldy houses, different things. And I said, I realized how much pressure, and okay, let's just say it, dark thoughts, dark and sense of not well-being. Oh, let's just say it was the opposite of sunshiny, happy thoughts, heart open. And then Spirit challenged me and said this morning, and said, well, what if you could be like Uncle Bob? And there's Uncle Bob in a family that he's the one that brought the sunshine all the time. He wasn't fake happy. He was genuinely choosing happiness in every moment, no matter what. And as a result, everybody gave to Bob, provided for Bob. invited Bob in. So it's just a thought. It's just a thought. Can you imagine what I just said? A thought. A thought is the result of your intention. So there was some part of Bob that said, the thought, just my thoughts, can help me rise above the old, negative, dark, downward spiral and put me in a place of kindness, compassion, awareness, pleasantness, and appreciation. And people could feel his love and his appreciation of their presence. And they opened their hearts, and there were the resources, there were the genuine welcoming, and then there's adoration and there's love. So let's just say, maybe the Be the Light meditations aren't about having, becoming light and enlightened and beyond and about, no. It's choosing, no matter your situation, if you're not sure how you're going to pay rent this month, choosing a thought that resonates with abundance and receiving and having, no matter how it comes. Some of us aren't meant to be hard worker bees, especially projectors. We guide people and hope they invite us in and then pay us. So we all have different trajectories of how much abundance to have, and that is between us, our fate, God, and our path. And it puts a lot of other people to show us when we're not feeling unworthy and we're not generating enough self-love like Bob to choose love and choose positive thoughts. So that's going to be the focus of our meditation today. All right, let's take a nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And I've been doing these for a few years, as I said, and I can feel that I've hit the golden hammer of words on some of the nails of things that people on this call or in the future have been thinking of recently. If only I could be happier. It's a stringing together of thoughts, and it is a choice and a commitment. And how do you do that if you feel like right now I'm not that lovable? I'm not that great. I'm not capable of doing it. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, you are. Your core is so bright and so powerful and so divine and so able with one thought to be a can opener and open that can of worms and let it all out with one thought, one willful thought. Because the news is God never took us away our will, and no one can assert their will over you unless you let them. So our will is the movement. Our will is the horses that move the cart. So if you feel like you're a cart not going anywhere, dead in the water, is your will. It by choosing. I choose only a happy thought. And don't move and don't do anything until you can not just think a happy thought, but feel it, become it, and let it be a moving force through you. You see that process? Not just in your head. It has to drop down into your heart. And maybe your head can't think of a happy thought. Take a deep breath. Your heart knows what levity is. This last week when I started feeling a little lighter, I said, what's that feeling? One of my friends texted me. She says, Jan, your heart suddenly looks so much lighter. I So we help each other see. We help each other because we don't even know. Sometimes we're carrying tons of rocks in our heart. And we get so used to it, we don't even know what levity is. So take a deep breath, and in this moment, we're going to ask and intend to set this sacred space. Only energies of the highest light may be around us now. We release everyone else's energy, our parents, our partners, our children, everyone has no business being in your energy field. This is about your will, your choices in alignment with your authentic true self and your agreement, your soul's agreement with what to do and how to be in this lifetime to feel successful and good and aligned with your soul's purpose. Other people don't know that. If they think they do, they're messing with you and they're not working on themselves. So focus into your heart because your heart knows. Most of our thoughts are mind generated, and the mind is just a repository of facts from the past. We're not living from the past anymore. You are an evolutionary future being. So in your heart, this beingness of this future divine soul directing and leading her life in a way that is freer, expanded. Even as I'm saying these words, I'm speaking to your heart and your heart is responding. Open, allowing. Notice all these words are the opposite of efforting and holding on, contraction. So take another deep breath, and I keep doing the deep breaths because with each breath we are dropping in to the truth of the lemniscape of a heart which is infinitely connected to our divine core. May feel a little bit foreign, unnatural, may have been a while since you merged with, became one with, your all-knowing, completely profoundly enmeshed with universal truth and love. And I say these words, your entire electromagnetic system is replugging in into all parts of your operational systems, into your deep sacred heart that is infinitely, permanently connected to all that is orchestrated by a central focal point in the central universe, by the magnificent creator of all that is. So in this moment, notice there's no personality, there's no one else. It's just your inner core volumes of color and light fulminating and recoloring your sense of self, connection, and beingness as a divine consciousness residing in a dying planet system. Earth herself won't die. She's waiting for you and others to rehook their will, their wagon, their life to source for direction, for sustenance, for that joyful reunion and remembrance of humans living on earth in divine ways. Even if it seems far away, we will never approximate or realize bringing heaven to earth unless you plug it into yourself first and feel it and realize it with the ideation and this creative visualization, which makes it so in this plane of reality now. So as you're contemplating your heart pulsing and moving like a ballet, deeper and deeper and deeper resonances and colors of your true divinity. With each breath, it's now circulating through your bloodstream. And it is making beautiful music through your liver, and it is clearing. It is clearing any patterns of resistance to happiness. It's releasing all the people you feel that have tortured you, that have taught you what light isn't. You're allowing the grief, the disappointments out of your heart in a world that is a clothesline of grief, disappointment, and betrayal. It's what it is. It is now hanging out to dry in the light of truth, of the true ability for humans to have an inner washing, an inner clearing, and hang up the clothes on the clothesline of all that you've experienced. Betrayal, shame, guilt, and letting it have the light, the purifying, like a UV ozone treatment light that eats up and spits out and dissipates within your system anything that isn't your pure divine light. So now we have two things happening: the light coming in and moving through, and everything else being washed and clean and fresh and waving in the breeze of the divine light of the Creator. So let this light begin with you. Simply coming to this meditation today, you chose, let me see the ways or the way I can become the light today. And we are talking about using our thoughts and desire, and harnessing our will. And you don't need me during the week. Oh gosh, I just hung a thought on the downward spiral. Now I'm going to hang 3 positive thoughts on the upward spiral. I am going to use my will to take a deep breath, drop into my sacred heart, reharness my will to my truth and light and core of divinity that was never even dented. Always perfect. So that perfect divine self now is flushing out everything, because it's becoming the dominant, happy dominant frequency in your body, making it easier to entertain lighter thoughts, thoughts of light. The bottom line is, with our personalities, our family stories, we've been taught to experience a pretty low level of happiness. We can ratchet that up with our will. It doesn't take feeling down for a while and recognizing it for us to choose levity. Look at Bob. He chose it high all the time, way beyond most humans' bar. What if you choose the joy and happiness in the realm of heaven, and choose that and live it and be it here? And as I say that, you're saying, well, what would that look like? There's probably not too many humans who are living as if all is provided. All love is not transactional, it just is. It's present, it's easy. So we're going to have to use our imagination. There's very few humans who walk the earth who represented full, embodied happiness and love and ease. And you'd probably put that in the category of saints or gods. Well, guess what? Your inner core is God. It's God's reflection. They call it, say we're children of God. And at this point on earth, earth's only help is if the children of God, our inner cores, angelic, whatever you call it, whatever you want. There's so many systems and names, but that separates us. Our divinity, we are calling upon our divinity to grow and glow so that we can be the change that we've waited to see and the world needs so profoundly now to have any hope. And here's the fun part. As we are breathing this energy and we are pushing it out through all of our tissues, we are refining our senses. We will know more. We will see more. We will understand more. We will be more available and more helpful to ourselves and loved ones. We are wiser. We can be omniscient. If you are holding the nodes of your divinity within the core of the fabric of the universe, you can not only know everything you choose to know without ego, it's just a natural physics and fact, but you can expand your awareness and you can be where you want to be. And you can see things. You can remote view. We call these superhuman, but actually they're just a result of letting go of all the static in the field and being this pure light and connecting to the 0 points that run through everything else, through historical timelines, through your family's home, through your own history. You can see and know and be. What I'm saying is, that's enlightenment. It's not a state of just floating around. It's mastering the tools and knowing the actual quotients directed by your will and intention of how to be light and how to access these points of, and finally, when you get really good at it all the time, the final step to the 70 steps of full enlightenment, it's omnipotence. You're holding a field that knows and sees and can work with this reality in such a way that there is a benevolent, not power over in the sense of controlling and manipulating, but natural resonance flows towards a higher vibrational field. So if you are holding a field of grace and potential through your intention for love to occur in this situation, when you are over 1,000 hertz in your bodily field, you are radiating, you are fuming mist into that realm to lift and heal others' hearts. Then your presence is extremely powerful. So you think I'm going to go to the Be the Light meditation to feel better. You're coming to be this superhuman dominant force for light and goodness and happiness in the world, like Bob. And you don't even need New Age words. It is actually a fractalized mathematical physics of energy follows intention, and they can show it at the atomic level of movement and action. It's a science. It's the science of it all. So just take a breath and keep expanding. I keep explaining because it's taken a while, and now it's getting to our brain. and it's going through the base of our skull. And it is this brighter, lighter energy. When it comes in, it's almost like a mild, homogeneous sonic wave drill that breaks down old thought forms and habits, triggers, and contractions. So it's going through the base of our skull, and guess what? That's your medulla oblongata, and that is where your spiritual light and information comes in. So we're wiping the barnacles off the fiber optic cables of your full receptive system of communication to spirit. We're doing that right now. Feel it opening up and feel it connecting and coming around the top of your head, the pineal gland coming around into your eyes until there is a beautiful circuit formed so that you may see more. You will be open to more comfortably, naturally. You were built for this reassembling. You're being assembled from a regular world Ford into a divine Ferrari with huge powers of speed, of joy, of excitement. I hate to use cars. It's such a masculine thing, but you get the picture. You're being recapitulated, you're being reformed, reassembled from the old model into not just 2024's model, but the 2050 model, so that you can begin the work here, today, stringing together more joyful thoughts that are a result of this joy, this pool of levity and remembrance and reconnecting to who we are, breathing it through our whole body, lighting up all of our circuits so we can let the information and support of spirit come in through our necks. So go ahead, start moving your shoulders. Get all that energy moving. Man, that's where it really gets stuck, in our shoulders and our neck. Open your mouth. Ah, that's it. You're lucky because I'm not watching you do this. You get to watch me, but that's okay. I've learned just to not worry what people think about me. Okay, just do this. Open up. And that's where it gets all stuck. That's where it gets all stuck like this. We can't hear spirit. We can't speak spirit. Our voice gets all that old downward spiral. No. Take a deep breath and imagine that the old spiral you put to bed. Done. Forget it. No more downward thinking. Allow that new spiral now, because we've just reformed our entire system, upgraded the Ferrari. Put the spiral in that allows for upper information and light, Bob's thinking, to come down into our body and to stabilize into all systems now. You are the spiral of heaven arriving on earth. You are holding that movement constantly. There's nothing getting stuck. That spiral represents divine truths, divine thoughts, new futures, new visions. And once you really hold that, and you meet others who they've had a thought to hook their will up to God's will, when you meet and you decide to create a little miracle, and then you decide, well, wait a minute. Why are we living in these big, expensive houses as prisoners to the system? Let's take a beautiful piece of earth. Let's live on it. Let's live heaven on earth. That is why we're becoming light ourselves, to resonate the new potentialities with other like-minded free beings, to live on peace on earth. And Mother Earth is saying, you're invited to continue living with, on, holding this field on earth because I'm done with the rest. And that's why you're listening to this, to give humans a chance to live this way on earth, because the experiment of free will tainted with mutant non-divine thoughts is being retired. So I hope this helps you with some little tools, ideas, and also to remember your overarching purpose to be here at this time and what it means. And it's so important for Earth, not just for Earth. She's just this beautiful little fresh one of the newest planets in the entire multiple solar systems. But you are here serving the entire all that is by ensuring that Earth stays safe and doesn't go offline and get blown up, etc. All right. It's very important work. I honor you being present and listening, and always the YouTubes. I videotape this and then I post it on my website, which is soundandlighthealingarts.com. I love comments on after these talks. So thank you for joining me, Jan Jorgensen here. Be the Light Meditations every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.